Dun, 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 dun. Oh, hey, how's it going? So I was just singing along with the little intro there. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Third Rail Thursdays. I will be your host for this evening. Go VR, go home. And every Thursday, we go live between myself, Dave Co., which has the first week of the month. I have the second week of the month. M&M Rails has the... Wait, did I say the third week of the month like 3 times? I'm off to a good start here. Okay, well, Dave has the first week. I have the second week. M&M Rails has the third week. And then we all combine our skills and talents for GVO After Dark, which is normally the fourth week of the month. Fourth Thursday, I should say. And we usually have a good time. So if you enjoy what you see tonight, come back next month. We'll do it again. And don't forget, next week, we're over on Mark's channel, M&M Rails. So let's see who's here, because it's not 8 o'clock yet. I still got a minute, and then we're going to go over a bunch of stuff, which sounds like a lot, but it's all good. Who do we have? Digby. How's it going, Digby? And James Galton. How's it going? Tim from They Make It Like That. Why? Because he showed up like that. And we've got Brian Ferguson. Brian, how are you today, sir? All right. And who did I miss? Mark is in the chat. Mark, check your email. Don Hennessy, how's it going? Lots of you guys are committed. You guys were here early. Jeez. Wow, that's dedication. Lucas Models Trains, how's it going? Roger Coleman, welcome. And Ontario Northland Rail fan. Neat. Lots of people joining us. Wow, we already got about 20 people in the chat there. You guys will notice, actually, if you look very carefully in the chat there, you'll see Dennis, and his name is green, and he's got a neat little badge beside his name, and that's because he became a member of my channel. That's right. So it's something that YouTube does, right? If you want, you go to the little description thingy below the video. You'll get a link. You click on the link. It'll take you to my membership page. If you want to join, there's 3 levels, and I do little clever names for them, go bronze, via silver, because via has those silver cars, or go platinum. Why not? And so basically each membership level, you get certain perks, and obviously you get badges and whatnot, and you get a little badge beside your name, which is neat. So big shout out to Dennis, because I love the support. Support's awesome. You guys are great anyways, but it helps. So speaking of that, I am exactly 150 subscribers away from 2,000 subscribers. 2K. That's huge. To me anyways, that's huge. And I'm excited. I do want to do some giveaways. Not today, but I do in the near future. And basically, when it comes down to doing giveaways, sometimes people like to give away cars. And by cars, I mean rail cars, not actual Toyotas and BMWs. But, CNs and Grand Trunks and all that other fun stuff. And then also some people like to give away locomotives, which is neat. So what I'm going to do in the near future is I'm going to do a 2K sub giveaway. And what I would like to do is that over the next month or 2, however long it takes, if anybody wants to sign up to be a member, you're going to get the option of getting a even bigger, better prize. And you can only guess what the bigger, better prize is going to be when I do a giveaway, compared to, let's say, just everybody who likes to watch and, sit in on the chats and whatnot. But just some incentive for you. That's all. So today well, we'll talk more about that later. But today we are going to do a bit of work on the layout because that's normally what I like to do on Thursdays. I've got lots to do, as you can see behind me here. So I'm gonna spin this around. We're gonna get to work because yeah, I've got lots to do. So I might not be able to catch all of the chat, but I do like to go back and watch the chat after, like once it's done uploading. I want a new BMW. If by BMW you mean something about a Bachmann Mo W, I don't know, a Mo train, then maybe. But yeah, BMW, yeah, probably not. I don't even have a BMW. I drive a Mitsubishi. Don't we all want a better Lexus than our fiance? All right, so this is what we're gonna. Do you guys want to see what I've been up to? I've been really busy, as you guys know, building the layout. I'm almost done my main line, so I really want to show you guys what I've been working on, and just to. I don't know if everybody's seen this or not, but I'm all ready. I've got my gold can. This is my golden spike, technically. And it's going to go on the layout at some point. And I'm going to do a live, and trains are going to meet, and it's going to be real exciting. But in the meantime, and I'm sorry for the shaky cam, just because I got to take this off of here now. All right. Come with me. Come with me if you want to live. All right. We have got a junk load of scenery here. Look at this. This is my quote-unquote North Bay yard-ish. And I'm sorry it's really dark. The light's not on right now. But I basically did all this yesterday. Well, the ballast was done from a while ago, but I had to obviously glue it all down, and then I added all the grass. That's all static grass right there. It's all the fuzzy stuff. And obviously there's, grass and weeds growing in between the tracks and whatnot. And there's bushes right along the back there, and you can't see it because it's black, but there is a fence there too. The fence that I put in. And right along here, I did add some bushery as well, just to make that look a little bit nicer. But yeah, so that's basically, I needed to get this done in order to be able to work on my Helix. But as you can see, and I don't know how far back I have to stand to get this all in. So I had the 4 rounds. I added this here, this fourth one, the last couple of days, because I did get more lumber. And as you can see down the hallway here, I've got more more plywood. But yeah, I'm literally to right to there. So I got to add those plies, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to add those plies on there, and then I'm going to add the cork, and should be good, right? Now I just got to figure out where I put everything. And I wonder if I put you guys up here? Does that work? That kind of works. Sorry about the hand. Ooh. Yeah, it's kind of neat. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see me. Oh, here we go. Here comes trouble.
Hey, it's dark in here.
Hey.
Where am I? Your Helix is super dark. Turn the lights on, man.
Sorry.
There, much better. Well, this is great.
Too bright. How are you doing?
I'm good. I took a nap just to be on your show tonight.
You took a nap just before the show?
Yeah, just to be on the show, I took a nap.
That is That's all right. I like that. That's good.
Up at 5:30 a.m. So it's been a long day.
Huh, neat. Oh, and we have Tim. Thank you for joining us. Well, like as a member. You were already here, but now you're officially here. So how's the back to school going for you?
So far, so good. So far, so
Yeah?
good. Yeah.
What's high school like, man? I forget. It's been so long.
It's the same. It's the
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
It's the same. Well, it's good to see that not much has changed, but
Yeah.
at the same time, are the kids still mean?
Yeah, they still snicker when I tell them I do model railroading as a hobby.
Oh, geez. Well,
First day of school, I always tell my students that I have two hobbies. One is model railroading and making videos. That way, if they ever stumble across me on YouTube, they won't be super surprised.
I think you, instead of putting your name, Mr. Mark, on the board, you put Mr. M&M Rails.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, Mark, and then you're like, and then you're like tapping the board. You're like, that's not my name. At least that's what I picture, anyways.
It's tempting. This semester, I'm teaching 2 computer courses. I teach like Photoshop and Adobe Premiere, and I'm tempted to tell them because like you won't hire Mark, make me a new logo, make me a new intro video, make some cool graphics, but
Why don't you?
I'm just not. I don't know. I'm just not there yet.
That's one thing I don't have. I do not have a logo. I probably should, but I don't. So,
At 2,000 subscribers, got a new logo.
I guess. So I'm pretty excited. I'm almost done. Once I get this in here, I'm going to have one more loop that I have to do. And
Nice.
yeah. I need my other drill bit.
Side hustles. Yeah, Dennis, side hustles. If I can get my students to make you a new logo if you want. Listen,
Yeah.
I have this friend who's on YouTube, and he likes model railroading and needs a new logo.
I mean, that's a good way to, get me sued. Because they make a logo and then they're like, oh, wait. Doesn't he do this? Like, isn't he a real person?
Yeah.
So
you could have 28 to choose from. I had 28 students in my first class. So you could have 28 logos to choose from.
wow. Yeah, and then I can grade them all. I can be like, this one has potential, right?
Yeah.
The student becomes the teacher. Or is it the teacher becomes the student? Yeah, I don't know. Either one. So I'm just attaching my L brackets right now. I know you can't really see me doing it, but
We hear you.
yeah. The sound is there. I create the sound effects for what you could be seeing.
Your cult following is growing.
Oh,
James has drunk the juice. Or the Kool-Aid.
James is a member. Yay. Thanks, James. Thanks for the support, man.
One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us.
It's just until they make crazy demands like, I have to put a hole in my ceiling and continue the helix upwards. And, that's when you shut it down, right?
Yeah. Hashtag 4th level.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Mark's hashtag 2nd level. Never mind. The saga continues. Upward. Where's my screwdriver? Now, here's the sad thing. I don't have a drill bit long enough. So I got to use this to get in here to, kind of screw that in. I'm going old school on this thing, right? I'm going to go like this a little bit so you guys can see. There you go. Okay, cool. So I basically, once I measure everything out, I put my L brackets. You can see there's 2 L brackets here.
Yeah.
And I put them right where I have my pre-drilled holes. Because the pre-drilling part, that's important. We'll remember that one for later. Because depending on what you're using, if it's a softer wood, it'll crack.
Yeah.
Always pre. Always.
Anthony Dodge has joined. Anthony Dodge, welcome to the cult. You will be tattooed.
Uh-oh. Okay, no, I'm good. I should just find a longer, whatchamacallit.
They're expensive, though.
Are they?
Longer bits? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
I bought one.
Really?
Well, I didn't buy one to, I bought a drill bit, not an actual, screwdriver bit.
I wonder if I can... See, the problem is that my drill is too big. Like, this thing is, I can't do anything with this. Oh, my gosh. I'm ruining my bush.
Tim says that they're cheap, so what do I know?
Okay, well, that worked.
I guess they're cheap because they make it like that.
Ah, I beat you to it. And I don't know if it makes a difference or to anybody else, but I basically, when I'm connecting one of my rounds to the next round, I put a piece of ply underneath and literally, 4 screws and there we go. And it doesn't bend or anything. It literally holds it and it does what it's supposed to do. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Speaking of Tim, this morning one of my students raised their hand and said, "Sir, my computer's frozen." I said, "You know why? They make them like that." No one laughed.
Was it a Windows?
Right over their head. I was like, this would kill on YouTube, but no. So Randall's asking, do you have to sacrifice the locomotive to the cause as part of the membership? Asking for a friend.
I don't understand the question.
I think he's asking, is it expensive to join?
No, there's 3 tiers, and the one where you get entered into contests is the 2nd and 3rd tier.
Just like your Helix.
I actually have an idea for a really good contest. I don't want to talk about it right now because not at 2K subscribers yet. So that's the tough part, right? So
yeah.
Sorry if it's really loud. They make it like that. So.
That joke never gets old.
I love it personally. If you can have a catchphrase and it doesn't hurt the ears, you're good. So,
Yeah.
Even with yours, the hold on, I'm gonna remember it. Cake tear.
Yeah.
It works.
Mine's so good that you forgot it. I understand.
Well, it sucks. I usually remember if it has to do with cake, right? But that's the way it is. but you just gradually slide it in there, and you don't even notice. It just, it's so smooth, right? Like I used to do I have a train to catch, but it's just like, I don't know.
It.
Yeah. Well, you like it, but I don't love it. So that's where, I'm just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas. And by the way, I'm reading the chat from StreamYard, so there's a bit of a delay if you're wondering why I'm slow on the responding.
Hey, Split Rock. Thanks for joining us. Wait, you didn't you make a joke the other day about my golden can? Something.
I'm sure I did.
It was good too.
Did you show it to the public yet?
Yeah. Yeah. And the joke is that I always use soup cans to hold down my track when I glue it, right? Like you can see that there's a couple here. There's a couple, and they're just, because I had to glue my track down, right?
Yeah.
And that's a joke. People are like, I think it was, what's his name? Who was it? Train Freak. It was Train Freak who keeps saying, "Did you get that sponsorship yet from Campbell's?" So.
Oh yeah.
But like, so I did up a can, and it's gold to represent my golden spike. So this will be sitting there at the golden spike ceremony thing. I have to go inside.
Wait, so yeah, when you lay the last piece of track, it's going to be a golden opportunity. I think that's what I said, something like that.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Yours is good too, though. You said when people say I can't, I say I can. That was good.
So have you done anything else on your layout? Have you been working at all on it?
No, once school starts, it's like full steam ahead on school. I can't think about trains, unfortunately.
It's weird how that works because most people, this is the season, right?
Yeah, everyone's
pulling out the trains and whatnot, and you're pulling out all the stops.
Yeah. No, summer's my prime time for trains, unfortunately. And then hopefully Chris's break will get back into it.
Yeah. Usually you have a good couple of weeks there where you go ham on kits and stuff.
Yeah. But there's always 5% of my brain occupied on trains. So I do have a challenge I have to answer. That's in the works. And I want to show off my LRC train. I got all the lights to work on the LRC car, so I want to do like a night run. Just a quick 2-minute vid on that.
That'd be fun. I'm always down for LRCs.
Yeah, it's nice. I changed the couplers last week on Dave's show. They're all greased up so they don't squeal. All the lights work. Beautiful. And you never know, I may add to that train next week. Just you never know. You never know.
Are you going out to Montreal?
Look, you never know. That's all. Things could happen. I asked my students about going on a field trip to Montreal. They were hyped. I didn't say where yet. I just said somewhere in Montreal.
Today, class, we're going to learn about street sweepers. Hold that thought. I'll be right back.
It's actually a math lesson. We're going to see how many students can fit in that small store.
Oh, jeez. Now, everybody put one item in each pocket. And run!
Dennis, did you actually buy more? Or are you joking? Dennis says he bought them all.
No, he didn't. I mean, knowing him, probably.
Well, yeah, it's hard to say with him.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's joking or not. No, I think he would have told me.
Yeah.
But did he tell me? No, he didn't tell me.
No joke. Dennis, you bought more LRC cars? That means that no?
I know he got another LRC, but I don't think he got an LRC car.
Just one extra. Okay. So Roger's asking, do you leave all your trains in the layout at all the time, Mark? No, I don't. I leave all my freight cars on the track, but I put my LRC cars away when I'm finished with them. They're just too big. So they're out right now, so I'm going to take advantage. They're going to do some filming and probably run it again next week on my show. But yeah, maybe I should build a second level for storage alone.
Oops.
Yeah, Train Fan 120. This little small store in Laval, Quebec has, or had before Dennis got there, they had extra LRC cars.
LRC locomotives too.
Yeah, that's true.
I still have to go back for my GMD1.
So tempting. So tempting.
Oh man.
GMD and the little switcher and.
Well, see now, if you get one and I get one, they'll run really nice together.
That's true.
It's like when you have kids and I have kids and they play nice together.
Play date.
Exactly. But with trains.
Like I said last week, you are an influence on me. When you say you should buy that, I buy it.
Just don't tell your wife, because I don't need that phone call.
Just last week, I lost support. All because of you.
The funny thing, though, is like, I don't even try to really sell certain things. They kind of sell themselves. I'm just like, hey, have you seen this yet? And you're like, hold my poodle, and then
hold my gold can.
Huh?
Hold my gold can.
Yeah, hold my gold can. Hold my Gucci. And then yeah. And then you're like, wow, now I need one. I'm like, I'm sorry.
So Dennis says that they own 27 LRC cars. 27.
Mind you, that's from like what, 3 runs? So
oh, okay. Yeah. True.
Because I don't think they did that many.
Yeah. Bub says, you don't even know what's in the back of that place. I've seen it, and it makes the front look like nothing.
That's scary and exciting.
Yeah. Shay's N scale. Chris is sometimes a good influence and sometimes a bad influence.
Guilty. I mean, it's with good reasoning, though, right? It's trains.
Yeah, exactly.
If something comes out and it's really cool, and let's say you don't catch wind of it, you might miss out. So I want to make sure everybody has an equal opportunity to get some cool stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Because you're on Instagram and Facebook, and you get all the newsletters.
I literally follow everything. It's sad and cool at the same time.
I know.
Every time Walters puts out a new video for a release, I'm there watching it. I set my reminders. So. even if I'm really disappointed, I still watch it, and I'm like, yes or no. I also watch
to ask Chris
every month.
Yeah, exactly. I've been quoted to ask Chris. This is no joke. After Rapido sent out the newsletter, I don't even read it. I just text Chris, should I be excited about this newsletter? And he'll say yes, and maybe he'll sometimes say no. It's okay.
I think the funniest thing. Hang on. You got to see my serious face here.
Uh-oh.
The funniest thing is when, and you know what? It's really cool because if I miss something, then this is one of those times where it's super helpful. Whenever there's a product that drops, and you guys know me, right? You know what I like. You know, it's one of those things. It's going to be kind of obvious when it does happen. My phone blows up. Literally, like 50 messages. My wife's like, who's messaging you? I'm like, literally everybody right now. Did you see the email? And she's like, I don't get the email. But that's literally how it is. And it's awesome. I think anybody who's, sent me something to let me know, it's awesome. It's great. It helps. Because people will get the email before I get the email, and then they tell me to go look at the email. And then I'm like, thank you for letting me know to go look at the email, because now I'm super excited.
Yeah, that's not me. I never tell you that.
No, I'm usually messaging you right after I've looked at it, looked it over, made my wish list.
I know.
So, yeah. But, I mean, it's part of what I do, right? Like, I feel like I have to be in the know because
you're an influencer.
You're
a social media influencer. That's what you do.
I just, when people say like vlog, I don't like using the word vlog either. It's kind of weird. So
yeah,
the word influencer is kind of weird. I mean, yeah, I influence some people to make decisions that are good decisions, but I don't think about it like that, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I know. So yeah, TrainFan120 mentioned the auto racks from Walthers. I am super excited about that because of the price. They're going to be good quality and they're going to be lower price than the other ones. So
yeah,
I'm definitely going to buy some of those.
The Walthers auto racks, they're going to be a lot more affordable than some of these other ones, like scale trains and whatnot.
Yeah,
that you really have to break the bank for.
Yeah. Also, Dave just texted us and says he can't come tonight.
Oh.
He's 1 second. He's at an N-scale convention. That's interesting.
Huh. I didn't know the N-scale convention was in town.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, someone's going to need a talking to.
I'm going to ask him about it.
He's been hanging out with Tim, hasn't he?
I think so. Oh, it's invite only.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to tighten that later. That's annoying. Oh. Wonder if I can make my drill work again. It's just such a tight area. I don't like it. Like, there's enough room for a locomotive and other fun stuff, but when it comes to a drill, no.
Yeah.
Nope, can't do it. Maybe if it was the outside, but I'm basically drilling in towards myself, so that doesn't work. I'm going to do some cork here in a moment, so bear with me. So I kind of gauged it, and it takes about, like, if I was to, let's say, go ham on this, I would put these little shelf things up. I can do 3/4 of a full turn, which is basically 3 of these. I can cork all of it. And if I have, like, let's say, if you give it about 20 minutes to 40 minutes, somewhere in there, the glue dries. And then I can basically paint it. And then leave the paint overnight and then track it the next day.
Nice.
Which is also, not bad. Because that's basically what I did. I also have to wire that before I go any further too. So that's probably an important thing. I don't want to get too far ahead and then I have to take it apart. Because that would suck. I also did some work down at that end, and I mapped out my top part here for getting down there and coming back. I'll show you that part after because it's kind of rough over there right now, but yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I worked on today besides cutting a bunch of these thingies. I feel bad for talking when I do this. I feel like you're like, hurry up, man. We got to run some trains. And I'm like, oh. I know, man. Soon.
It's all good.
By the way, that was my awesome impression of you.
Nailed it. Tier 4 Gevo CN 100th anniversary. Scale trains, nice.
Oh, those are nice. I mean, I'm not saying go out and get one, but
K-Town just got one.
Alrighty. Neat. Okay, cool. So I'm going to come out there and we're going to run some cork. And yeah. I like this view better. Do it. There we go. It's more of a wider screen. Friends don't let friends build a Helix. What?
Heath, Chris and I are not friends. We're business partners.
I'm pretty sure what he means is friends don't let friends do N scale. I think that's what he means. I could be wrong, though, but...
Oh, the intervention we had with you when we went N scale. Oh, my gosh. I had to sit you down and boxes and boxes of Kleenex. Jeez.
For them, I think a little square of toilet paper would be suitable as a replacement for a full Kleenex. I think they...
Yeah, that's true.
Like that comparison. It's one of those bad jokes that, you have to explain. Ugh.
Tim says, I'm paying $2 a month for you to mock my scale.
Now we're just having fun.
Oh, it's Tim's scale now. Tim's the owner of N scale. Oh, okay. I see. N scale small because they make it like that. Oh, okay.
I feel like one day we're gonna get hate mail because of that. So here's something interesting. I use wood glue to glue down my cork. And let the comments fly. But it's going right onto wood, so I don't know. It's worked so far. I haven't had any complaints from my corks, so.
I think Tim muted me. Do members get to privileges to mute me?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No? Anyway, yeah, wood glue. I should have used wood glue also because I used the white glue and, as you know, had water and it came up. So.
Wait, did you use white glue on cork?
Yeah. I know. People warned me.
I use white glue on my track, like to glue my track to my cork.
Yeah.
And I don't have any issues with that.
Oh, well, live and learn.
Here's a question I get a lot. Aren't your trains going to fall off the side and then fall down to the carpeted ground? My answer to that is no, because my track work is good. I made it like that. But, in all seriousness, though, it's a 35-inch curve.
Yeah.
Sure, I could have used like Code 100, the like unbreakable, Dave's 15-inch radius, up a 4% luck. But yeah, it's like, it's a pretty big it's a pretty big curve. So I don't have to worry about it jumping the rail.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when Justin and Dennis came by, they brought their turbo. Did I send you a picture of that?
I don't think so.
Huh. All I had done was that this curve here. I'll show you. All I had done was this curve.
Yeah.
And it came up around this thing. And this is probably about 29 or 30-inch radius.
Okay.
Which is still pretty big.
Yeah.
And, it hugged the curve. It was generous, we'll say. But it still worked. So.
That's good.
Yeah. Looked neat, though.
Oh, I'm sure it did. So can you build the next level like before you lay track on the lower level? You know what I mean?
I do 3 curves, so one section, 1/4 section at a time.
Yeah.
And I'll do 3 of those with the wood. I'll do 3 of them with the cork. And then I'll paint all 3. Oh, geez.
Ow.
And that's what the locomotive would look like if it fell off.
Yeah. Thanks for the POV.
Cord that pulled it down. Sorry about that. I mean, I could. Yeah, let me just put it on the tripod. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I do one level, 3 curves, basically to completion, and then I do another 3 curves to completion.
So what I'm hearing is you're not finishing the Helix tonight.
Oof. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
How much time you got? Oh, I'll take that as a no. Yeah, about that.
All-nighter, baby. All-nighter.
All-nighter. Jeez.
I'll call in sick if I have to.
Yeah, I think I would need like an extra set of hands or 2 just to get the Helix done in that sense. I'm like, I literally have to go around one more time. After these pieces are in, literally all it is 4 more curves.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So.
No, don't rush it. Don't rush. I'm just teasing you. Don't rush it.
Are you sure? Because it sounds like you want me to rush. I can rush if you want. Do you want to do this faster? I'm making conversation, so.
No, I want good, solid track work when I go over there and run trains.
It will, I hope. Now, clean track.
Man, that's all right. I can deal with that. I don't mind clean track.
Dave said something about lending me the CMX cleaning car until I get my own or something like that. So
yeah,
fingers crossed.
Heath, I'm back at school. Start on Tuesday. So now trains are on the back burner. Gotta focus on school, on work.
Focus on work. What's that?
I'm trying.
Well, at least you can leave your home. I work literally like 10 feet from my layout, and it's like...
That's true, eh?
And then I get all like... I'm like, is it break time yet? Is it break time? And then I take my 15 minutes to like tinker and do stuff. Sorry. Where is my... Oh, there it is. And I should have a tape measure somewhere around here. Where the... Okay, so I don't know where my tape measure is, but I need it. Do you guys...
I have it, sorry.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, right here. Sorry about that.
Can I... You think I can borrow that?
Yeah.
You know, I really have no idea where it is. Hang on. Yeah, found it. It was over in my cutting area. My area of cutting. Do you guys want to see what I did over there? Yeah, you do.
Yes, we do.
Too bad. I don't know if this is a pretty long cable, so I will try to get as far over there as I can. And then just tell me if you can see it or not. So that's my bridge. And it's, you know, kind of weathered and whatnot. You can kind of see the paint peeling off of there, and
nice.
I think I did a better job on that. And then I just need some more foam to fill in here, because that's going to be all water.
Can't wait.
Like, you know, that's the scene right there, right?
And that's the top level, right?
This is the toppest level. Yes.
The toppest?
The toppest. Ain't nothing topper than this. So
I like it.
technically, this is the highest point right here. Like this track, that's the highest point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's gonna come off there, and it's gonna be a switch here. This is all in place, and then I have to put another switch there. It's gonna go down and around, all the way down to there, and then it's gonna connect to the Helix, and then it's also gonna come back and it's gonna connect to here.
Yeah.
Which goes through there and then up and around, as you can ever so cool like see there with that. That's my yeah. Sorry, I've been like running around all day doing all this stuff and cutting this lumber and so tired. Jeez. Okay.
Looks good. It looks good.
Thank you. It's a labor of love. So I go 2.5 inches. I go 2.5 inches center on my tracks here. So I put in the one, and then I make these marks, and then I just follow them along with the inside cork.
I go 2.5 as well. See? Influencer.
Now, is that on a curve or on a straight?
Curve.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you want to make sure you have that extra, right? But do you do 2 inches on a straight?
1 second. I think so.
Your curves are pretty decent too, right? Like they're very forgiving. Like passenger cars are pretty, they go around that very nice. So
yeah. Do I go 2? I might be 2.5 as well on the straight.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did I get glue on me from something? Oh, probably yeah, from that. I forgot that I glued stuff. Oh, here's a neat question. This is something I often get asked. So, how do you bend your cork to go around curves? Now, this is obviously it's a question that if no one has bought cork before, then it's one of those obvious questions. Well, yeah, because you've never used it. So when you buy it, it comes in a box, or you can buy like single things like this, right? It looks like one solid piece of cork with a line down the middle. It's pre-cut, and you basically, I just fold it in half. It's perforated, so, and then I should have done that right next to the mic. That would have been a wicked MSR. Or
I know. So satisfying.
Oh, whatchamacallit? What do they call it? I don't know. But anyways.
ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR. So you've got one side that slopes down, and you got the other side that's straight. So you just got to make sure that your slopes are on the outsides, and you never put them parallel like this. You always have to do them off like this. So like one's way shorter and the other's longer. It's easier on a curve because one will, if you're going around a curve, one's going to seem longer anyway. So, but either way,
I did that or not. I'll have to go back and watch my videos. I forget if I staggered them or not.
I don't even know why you stagger it. I mean, I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. It's just I've always done it. So yeah. I know there's a logical reason behind this. If anybody in the chat knows why we stagger our cork, please definitely let us know, because that's a fun factoid for this evening. Staggering cork. What's the deal? So, yeah, let us know.
It's because like a racetrack, if you bend the outer one, it's going to be a bit longer than the inner one. So it just naturally staggers.
I don't know if that's like that's like the obvious thing, but it's like, but why? You know.
Oh, Dave Co has joined us.
Uh-oh.
Dave Co says, I know. Bub says it's to lock it.
To lock it. Okay.
So that makes sense. Because if you have, it's like Lego. If you have two straight edge meeting, that's going to, yeah. Dave Co, what's your answer?
And it can't be, they make it like that.
Yeah, exactly. But no, to lock it makes sense. I didn't even think about that.
Also, a lot of people, they say to stagger your track as well, in the sense where, so for something like this here, I don't know if you can see that at all, but you have one rail come out really long and then you have one short. So then your next one, the bottom has to be really long and the top one has to be short. So I don't know. I do it even, but I always solder them on a straight anyway. So when you curve it, it goes with the curve.
Yeah.
But
James
check
says
this out.
Staggering torque makes it more even. I guess that's too, yeah.
Fathers, lock up your daughters. It's Deco.
Hey, boys.
Did you shave?
I did, yeah. I've got a wedding
Shave Co.
on Saturday, so I figured I'd get rid of the beard.
Shave Co. Oh, good for you.
Shave Co. He finally got rid of that one strand of hair that was hanging off his chin. He's completely bald now.
Look, no, I got like a 5 o'clock shadow. It only took about 2 weeks to show up. How you guys doing?
Good.
I always thought that we staggered Cork so that it fit together properly, kind of like Bub said. Because if you are on a curve and they're both together, they kind of kink, whereas it's a lot easier if they're staggered.
Yeah. Thanks, young Dave.
I'm full of knowledge.
He's so
my
wise.
Young years. Hello, everybody in chat. You know how fast I drove to get here on time?
And you were still late.
I got pulled over and I was like, look, it's go via or go home's turn on Third Rail Thursdays. And he's like, sir, I'll escort you home. Just come with me. No questions asked. He knew.
He called you sir with a face like that?
Well, young man, close enough.
Okay.
I don't.
I figured that Mark and I were going to have to give you the business, seeing as how you weren't here, kind of like last week when you two were giving me the business because I wasn't there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, I mean, feel free to continue. I can just pretend like I'm not here. I'm pretty used to crying myself to sleep anyway. Danielle's used to it. It's like a white noise machine. You mentioned ASMR earlier. It's all about my quiet whimpering and tears. Oh yeah. Dave, what's wrong tonight? Oh, my train friends don't like me. They were making fun of me.
They made fun of my one facial hair.
They said I look young. So, Chris, you done the Helix yet?
No, but just like most of our other lives, I'm sitting here doing all the work while you guys are sitting there doing nothing.
Well, naturally. So. Well, yeah, we're the talent. We're the natural talent. You got to work for it.
Well, they say I don't pay you enough, and they're right.
It's true.
I actually love laying Cork. I don't care what anybody says. Cork is awesome.
I like doing it in like a straight line, and then you get to a point where there's a turnout, and
Oof.
it just all goes wrong.
Yeah.
Like if I do wish I would have bought, because there's those pre-cut corks, right? A bunch of people use them. Anybody in chat uses them? I'm gonna open my chat on my phone, but because then you've got, you know, the cork, and then you have like the turnout template pre-cut thing, and then you keep going, and I think that looks fantastic. I wish I would have done that, because with the beveled edge, I can just never. Maybe the strat is to cut the beveled edge and
So
then connect it.
There's this thing that I can do. There's no way for me to properly explain it. But let's say, for example, if you have a piece like this, and when you cut it like this, you use the other half, you flip it upside down, and then it helps to fill in that awkward cross point. Again, I can't explain it, but it works really well. I get it. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. If I ever figure out how I actually do that, because I've done it a number of times already, and I'm like, well, what if I just do this and I turn it upside down? Because it's the opposite, right? So it would reflect that. But yeah, I don't know. It was probably luck, knowing me. Wow, a happy accident.
I'm trying to think. I don't know how I did mine. Poorly. That's how I did mine. Poorly.
Were you able to get more done on your level?
Pretty. I just figured the ballast will fill it in. Who cares?
Yeah, Bob says don't forget to sand it and stuff. And I thought, like, I sanded mine too, but if you're going to use ballast, what's the point?
You sand? Why do you sand it so it's not so rough?
Yeah, you kind of like sand the cork so it's a little smoother. I guess with the track lays flatter too, you sand the top and the edges.
Oops. Oh well. Too late.
I mean,
too late.
Yeah, like it does. I mean, like it's. Bubs, do you not trust my cork laying abilities? I know. I don't even trust my cork laying abilities.
Do you sand it, Chris?
All I know is I'm having fun.
Yeah, do you sand yours?
I don't use sandpaper. Like I have a sanding block.
Yeah.
As if that matters.
So what's the difference though? Because I didn't sand mine, and I mean, I don't have any problems. I mean, it looks flat enough. Like, don't get me wrong. If there's an obvious, you know, little burr or something sticking off the cork, like absolutely. But mine turned out okay. So I mean,
yeah. After using your layout. Let's be real, dude. There's no issues.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
I'm not even trying to be nice. It's a fact.
It's that good. You can't even rip on it.
People are gonna hate you for your layout. It's nice.
I don't know. I wonder. I'm just trying to.
We still have to get another running session in there.
We can make that happen.
Whoop. Almost tripped.
My good friend Fred E on YouTube, he painted his cork like ballast gray.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Look kind of neat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a pretty good idea. I don't know. I hit it with the brown, and like because I spray painted it, and I think it looks alright that way too. I think it's personal. I mean, you could probably go any way.
Now, did you choose brown because Chris chose brown, or because you wanted brown?
Yeah, that was 100% like, Chris, what do I do? I've never made it this far. And Chris was like, parent the track. And I'm like, Chris, what color? And he's like, this is what I use. And I'm like, I'm going out. Okay, actually, I lied. I didn't go out and get it. I sent my wife out to get it. I was like, babe, you need this exact one. And I sent her a picture that Chris sent me.
To this day, Dave still hasn't been in a Home Depot.
The first time I go to Home Depot, I made Chris meet me there because I was like, look, I know I'm not good with wood. I don't know what I want to do. Like, come help me. And he's like, okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Look how far I've come. Mind you, I was thinking about changing. Well, I wasn't really seriously thinking about changing, but I thought about changing some stuff, and I was like, too much work. Once like the bench work is in, I don't want to cut stuff and re-screw stuff in, and like I was talking about laying more track, like that extra spur with a new switch, and I was like, then I gotta rip up this perfectly good track and then like repaint it. I think if it was like if I could actually justify it, I probably would, because I did that. I have done that. I've ripped up and relayed and repainted, but I just don't think that's gonna work, so it's not worth it in this case. But I do think it is worth doing, especially if you have problems or you want to expand.
Yeah, I agree.
James says Dave Helix. 15-inch Helix. Let's go. I wonder if that would work. Probably. It probably would. You need like 5 locomotives to pull a train up it, though.
I was honestly thinking that you could put another shelf above your computer screen right in front of you and do like an Uber Helix up to it.
I don't. I mean,
like
maybe
distance,
if I design the layout differently, but the way the layout is right now, it just wouldn't fit. I'd have to redesign the whole thing.
If I were to go Helix, I would just go all the way around the room, just very slowly elevate to a next level.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like a Helix per se, it would just be the whole room pretty much. But yeah, that's not going to happen.
You mean not yet?
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, Chris. Oh, the sound's back. Oh, I cut out there for a sec.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Wait, your wife lets you use power tools?
She's not home.
Oh. Oh. Babe, Chris's wife lets him use power tools. Can I use power tools? What do you mean no?
It was the cat. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about the Helix is having to like climb in and out of it.
So, Chris, how many more levels on the Helix do you have to go?
1.
He's close.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much you can see here. So basically, I'm doing Cork up to here right now.
Uh-huh.
And then I just have to do one more trip around, which would bring it up to here. And this is like literally the top. And then it has to exit, which is like 2 more half turn, or like a half turn.
And you have enough wood, right? I think you said?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Which so I was really, really worried about. Because there's nothing worse than needing like one piece. And you're like, oh, come on. And then you have to like go through all your scraps.
Yes. Yeah, I was just going to say, you try to like cobble something together and you know it's garbage, but you're like, I just need enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or having that last piece and you're like, I have just enough. And then you cut it wrong and you're like, oh no. Yeah. I've done that with tracks so many times.
Story of my life right there.
Well, it's official. My wife is bored.
Oh no.
Sorry.
She joined the chat.
Oh, I thought you meant bored with us.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
I was like, she doesn't have to say it like it is. You can just humor us for a few minutes every week. Like, come on.
Is it Dave? We can get rid of Dave.
Yeah. I'm just not as interesting without the beard. I completely understand.
I wasn't going to say it, but you said it, so...
It's true. Now that it's out in the open.
He doesn't look as distinguished. So here's a cool note. Because I've got 2 tracks going up the Helix, one is technically my outside, and one is technically the inside. So when I wire it, it goes red wire, white wire, and then it's reversed. So it's white wire, red wire. So that's fun. And I haven't screwed up yet. Knock on wood. But
plug this whole new section in.
Oof.
Beep,
But yeah.
beep, beep.
So,
Oh no.
why? And I don't know if I can even really show you guys because I probably can't even reach the camera right now. But I make a little snip in all the rails. I did one at the very bottom, like of here, very bottom. So when you're entering the Helix, it is a block.
Mm-hmm.
When exiting the second level, it's snipped. So you're leaving the block and going into another block. When you're exiting the second level back onto the Helix, there's a snip. So that's a block. And then I'm going to do the same thing at the very top of the Helix as well. When you're exiting the Helix, you're leaving the block and entering the top level block. Did I do it right? Did I do it right, Dave?
You said I know you said I look young, but I think Chris is young playing with blocks.
So that means if power goes out to one of your blocks, the other blocks have power.
Yes. So if something happens to derail, and I'm going up, and it's on the third level, when shut up. when it derails on the top level, and I'm trying to go up the Helix, I'm still going to keep going up the Helix because they're 2 different blocks. Oh. So Dave's crazy driving on the third level is going to have to slow down, and he'll have to go pick up the locomotive.
Okay, first of all, I have to slow down. Did you see Need for Speed over there?
Keanu.
Jeez.
Okay, so you're right. Over, Chris, I want to see your block setup because I'm still I know what you mean. I just want to see how you set it up.
You want to see how I cut the rail?
I want to see how blocks work.
So I have blocks on mine as well, Mark.
Yeah, talk to Dave. I get my ideas from Dave.
It's true.
He only says that I give him ideas.
Well, I mean, you're the visual. I'm the smart one. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm not joking.
So how many bus lines do you have then?
I've got technically. I've got one. Okay. Well, bus lines. I've got 4. So, but not really because 2 of them, one goes to each reversing loop, which goes to the AR1, but then they each go to their own circuit breaker because they're each their own block. And then breaker? Yeah. So, and that's why if I short in the yard, nothing else but the yard shuts off.
Okay. Because
it's only tripping the one breaker instead of tripping my boot, my main DCS 100.
Where does one get a so-called circuit breaker?
I can send you it. There's a couple different options depending on what you want to do, but if all you want to do is circuit breaking, I think it's a DS64 is what I've got. I actually have a video on it because I used it in my last layout, and I have a video on wiring it.
Like one of these?
No. Close.
That's a DS64.
Is it really? Okay, then it's not the DS64. It's hold on. I have a video on it because I have it. I just well, it is the PM42. Sorry, is what I have for circuit breaking. So it does auto reversing, even though I'm not using it for auto reversing because I'm using the AR1 modules. Okay. Because I wasn't sure how I wanted to break up my blocks, so I planned somewhat for them, but not really. So pretty much the reversing loops are isolated because they need to be anyway, but they're their own block with
Yeah.
a circuit breaker each, and then the main line has a circuit breaker, and then my upper industry has a circuit breaker, and my yard has a circuit breaker. So I can short out anywhere, and it won't affect the other places.
Huh.
Yeah.
Chris, do you use circuit breakers too?
I don't have any yet. So, no.
So how do you
not
use
yet.
blocks then?
So the thing about blocks is you can prepare for circuit breaking before you actually implement it. So you can isolate, you can snip the rails or use isolating rail joiners, but still hook it up to the same bus, and it'll work like normal. And then when you're ready, you just separate the wiring into whatever blocks you want.
Okay.
In other words, that's as far as I'm going to get till Dave comes over.
Yeah.
Oh, I dropped a screw.
It sounds complicated, but I know it's not. 'Cause, I mean, I did blocks on my DC layout, but that was like...
It's think of the same as your house, whereas you have a circuit breaker for your kitchen.
Yeah,
So if you plug in the toaster and the coffee maker and the toaster oven and a second toaster because you really like toaster strudels, and you run the microwave because you're really hungry, like me, and you blow the kitchen circuit breaker, the whole house stays on.
Yeah.
The only difference with this is it automatically tries to turn back on after a second.
Oh.
And it'll just keep flipping. If like the short's still active, it'll just keep flipping on and off.
Cool.
But yeah, it's the same kind of thing as your house, or in your case, your apartment, I guess.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have circuit breakers in your apartment?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
James is asking how I cut my rails. So I actually prefer to use isolated rail joiners, the rubber/plastic ones. I don't like just snipping my rails, only because if they're not glued, or sometimes when you cut them they like move, right? And then it's like one's kind of like this, and it's derail possibility.
Derail City.
Yeah.
So Chris, you don't use joiners, Chris? You just snip them?
Correct. I just, because it's all glued in place. Can I reach my camera without burning myself? Holy moly. Okay, here we go.
Hold on.
I will show you. Hold my phone. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my soldering gun thingy is on here, so I'm just waiting to burn myself. Okay. All right. Can we see? Yes? Okay, so I'll show you here first. This is the one I did today. Can you see that?
Yep.
So I basically, everything's glued down. Just want to see if I can see that as well. Oh, cool. I can actually see. Okay, yeah. So basically I just put my clippers between the two ties, snipped it, and then turned them around, and then snipped them again. It was already glued down and whatnot. So yeah, and I did both, like that one and the other one, and then did the same thing right here. Oh, a little bit darker, but just snip the rail, and I think do I have a better picture here? How about this one? Right where the pencil is, right here. I don't know if you can see that.
You snip both sides?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, with DCC, it's recommended that you do both. You don't have to. Well, that's not true. For the circuit breaking, I think you may have to. But for like the toggle switch idea, you technically don't. You can use the toggle switches with just one cut rail, but it's still recommended that you do both.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, good idea, Tim. That's a huge gap, Chris. That makes me nervous, but
yeah,
you're the pro.
Yeah. The Dremel, if you've got one, is a little just easy because you're like, wah, done, but not everybody has it. It's also better. I mean, if you can cut it on a straight, obviously, is less likely to have problems.
I don't know. When I first did the bottom one, I was like, yeah, that is kind of big. But it worked so well. And I was like, okay, I guess I don't need to make it smaller.
Some people
So
also,
I just left it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah,
Yes,
I
you
mean,
did.
as long as it works, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you can get away with a bigger gap, but some people will cut out like plastic, like the
Ties?
no, it's like what people use, styrene. They'll get the
Oh,
styrene
yeah.
like strips, and they'll just cut a piece and like bridge that gap. Is another way if you're having derail
Wow.
problems.
Yeah.
So, but James mentioned a good point. Do you, he's just asking, like, do you cut first and then epoxy, or epoxy and then cut, kind of thing? And I think you could go either way. I usually try to glue or epoxy first, because then your track. Especially, I over glue where I am gonna cut, because in the past, like on my old layout, I did use gapping instead of isolated rail joiners. So I would just really glue down, like an inch on both sides, and then I'd just snip, and that way I knew the rails wouldn't be moving. But if you snip and then you can glue down, I mean, it's whatever. I think you can do it either way.
Yeah. Whatever you're used to, whatever works.
Yeah, if you make sure that your track is like permanently in place, when you go to snip it, it doesn't move at all.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's
yeah.
when you start bending your rail and whatnot, that's when it'll
Yes,
move.
I was just gonna say that if your snips are dull, or you don't force them enough, and you kink the rail instead of like cutting it, and you're done, and it all breaks all the ties, or spikes off the ties.
That would be a pain to like. Damn it!
That's a bad time.
I dropped my screw again. This thing's not magnetized. Okay, whatever.
Okay, so
see, this is why.
My next layout, I have to glue out down my Cork with wood glue, and I'm going to install blocks. It's a good idea.
You can always you can always install blocks on your current layout if that's something that you want to do.
I guess I could, eh?
It's pretty minimal work, especially if you're going to cut your rails instead of using insulated rail joiners, because it's already down. If you just cut your rails in even just four, like your yard, your main line, your other main line, and your sidings, or depending on how you want to do it, or like one side of the room, every wall is its own block or something. Just snip the rails, and then when you get around to buying a circuit breaking system, whether it's the PM42 or whatever, because there's a ton out there for every system, then you just bring the feeders for that side into, you make your 4 buses out of the circuits, and off you go. Okay. If it's something that you really want to look into, like, we can sit down and draw it out.
On a napkin?
No, Chris already used all those.
Oh, okay.
No, I got a whole stack of tempo napkins still.
Yeah, that's right, eh?
There's always room for level 2.
Yeah, Mark.
Technically, anyway, Dave has 2 levels.
Yeah, exactly. No, so Mark's gonna do 2 levels when Chris does Steam, when I get a CN logo, right? Yeah. That's what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you predicting 2022 right now?
Yeah. Okay. You know what's gonna happen? I'll get one of those Bachmann F7 CN units with the horn hook coupler. And then it's going to get stuck in my reversing loop and like burn down my layout. And that'll be karma.
Well, I hope the cats get out in time if there's a fire. That would not be cool.
No, it'll be the Rapido steam engine when it finally shows up. It'll like move 2 inches, and then I'll be like, oh, I didn't know this had a smoke unit. Spoiler, it doesn't.
kind of like the LRC sound cars. No? Anyone?
Sound cars with the
Am I
squeaky
only
wheels?
one? That or like the capacitors.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's true. I do have a GT box car, so technically I've got CN on the layout, but it's before they bought GT. It's way back. It's actually GTW, so I might be safe. If not, I have to sell that box car.
Someone was actually asking me about that. They asked me if they knew or if you knew that you had CN on your layout.
Yeah, but it's
I'm like, well, technically.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah. Technically, it's before CN bought them.
Well, either way, it's like an island that gets used equipment, right?
Yeah, but the whole point is, I'm just the way it worked out. I was gonna write it in that CN was so greedy they took everything back.
Oof.
And here's funny. Apparently, I've had CP for a while because this is a CP car.
Oh, that's right.
Which
See,
one?
you. How good did that feel to finally realize that you've been part of me all along?
Yeah.
What car? I didn't see.
The Canada grain cars. I have 3 of them. They're all CP.
Oh yeah.
You taught me that trick, Chris. I had no idea.
I do what I can.
Yeah, appreciate that.
To be fair, Bubs told me. I was like, how is it? Like, what is the thingy? And then he reminded me. I was like, but of course.
Bubs knows his stuff.
Oh yeah, Bubs says he has more CP than me, and to be fair, Bubs, have you seen the size of my layout? Like, I can only have so much.
He has more of everything than all of us.
Actually, that's probably combined.
Yeah. Tim's gonna graffiti a CP box car for Dave that says CN.
Just make sure it's an N scale, Tim. Okay. Just make sure.
Represent.
Oh, look at you tinning your wires.
I like to think I'm special when I'm tinning.
Oh, you're special,
Yep.
all right.
Yay.
Yay! Chris likes using the hot stick. Sorry.
Stop making fun of me. It's my first day. Jeez. Easy.
So, Chris, are we all coming over tomorrow to run trains up that Helix, or what? You're gonna pull an all-nighter and finish the 3rd story? Awesome. It's 3rd story. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure everybody's asleep. So if I pulled out the jigsaw, I'd probably get a backhand. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I love that. I love that moment where you're like, I just need to hammer in a couple nails, but my wife is sleeping. How softly can I put this in? Okay, I'm gonna have to hit harder. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Like, or it's like, okay, I just need to vacuum the layout really fast. Okay, it's 2 a.m. And you're like get it, like it's not. Oh, it's clogged, and you're like, no. And then like the next day, she's like, oh, I didn't sleep so good. I kept waking up, and you're like, yeah, something was going on outside. Like, I don't know. I think there might have been a storm. She's like, it sounded like a vacuum. I'm like, whose exhaust is that? Like, who has that? That's so weird. What?
I had a dream that I was cutting the lawn, and then I woke up.
No, I think the
and the
best
lawn
part
wasn't
is
cut.
the day that Chris came over to help me build my layout, built half of one module and then pieced out and left me to my own devices. But then he's like, don't worry, Dave. I can come back in like a week or two. And it's like, you expect me to wait a week or two to continue building my layout when I just told you I want to get back into trains? Like, yeah, right, bud. So it's like in the middle of the night, because I just went for it. You left at like what, 2? And I just like kept going. I finished the whole thing that day. But it's like, it was in the midnight and I was trying to get legs on them and for them to attach because the middle two, like the 2x3 modules, like the one behind me, doesn't have any legs. It is supported by the 2 corners. And I was trying to like fit them together, and it's like 1 a.m. and it just one module fell straight over, and then the middle one fell down, and then I yelled some choice words, and then I was like, uh-oh. And then my wife
In other
was like,
words, his parental supervision
"Dave,"
left,
and I'm like,
so
"I'm
he couldn't
sorry."
continue. That's the real reason. Let's be honest, Dave.
Oh, Justin says, yeah, we will pay to see that backhand live. You got to give the people what they want, Chris. All right. Next in-person GVO live. We'll make it happen.
Me waking my wife up with like, and then like the audience chooses. So it's like vacuum or, reciprocating saw.
Is your wife in the chat? Because if she is. she's not
Sometimes
gonna- yeah.
she'll jump on there, but I'm not feeling the love today. So I'm probably not going to get that support. So.
Look, she wasn't here to say no to the vacuuming in the middle of the night or to the cutting. So I didn't hear a no.
To be honest, if she was in the chat, she'd probably say, Chris, pick up a vacuum? Ha! That's what she would say.
Wait, Chris knows how to use a vacuum?
Didn't you buy that one from Will & Phoenix? The little mini vacuum?
I did.
Really?
It works well, but
Oh, yeah.
do you want to see
Wait,
my,
it
like,
works well?
shiesty,
Are you saying it
like-
doesn't suck? That's too bad. Oh, look at
So, like,
that.
it's neat and stuff, and I've got it all glued, right? So that
many
covers the
wires.
4,
So many wires.
but then it goes up here because, then I've got that, which will cover the next 2 levels, and then I've got more up here. So it's basically like all my feeders for it, and it goes into there, and then that's attached to the, well, look at this rigmarole here. Know what I mean? So,
Wow.
yeah.
It's very patriotic. Red and white.
Yeah, and, it is what it is. They made it like that. So, that was a lazy attempt. I'm sorry, guys. Is Tim still in the chat?
Probably sick of your...
Okay, next
He's like,
layout.
keep this guy, I'm getting out of here.
Next layout, Mark. Okay. Next layout.
I have to use wood glue on my cork, install blocks, and neat and tidy wiring.
Oh, that's a big ask. Just on its own, man.
Wiring is wiring. If you organized, all the more to you.
Yeah, it's everybody. When I did that GoPro video on my channel, everybody's like, I couldn't see underneath. You should put lights. And it's like, yeah, but you couldn't see the mess. If I put lights, you're going to see how nasty the wiring truly is. Just because it works doesn't mean it looks good. Why do you think I got my wife to get me skirting for the layout? It's so
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can hide everything.
Exactly.
Okay, I gotta do this somehow.
For a second there, it looks like you were just going in circles, and I'm like, you're caught in the helix.
I was like wrapped up in the wire, and it was scary. Okay,
I didn't know
so
where to go.
I want to go home. You are home. That was fast.
Bob says, don't forget to pigtail your wiring to your track. I think I know what he means, but...
Is that like... I don't know.
I don't know if he's serious or if he's giving us the business.
Lately, no, Bubs doesn't joke around when it comes to mile railroading. I think recently I've seen guys take two wires, because I have 2 feeder wires, and they kind of twist them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure what he means.
I think it would clean... If you twisted it the whole way, it would probably clean up the layout a little bit, like the wiring.
So I'm not sure what he means by pigtail.
I mean, you don't have to worry about interference or anything, so...
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I should have did that. Too late.
So I know it's not GBU After Dark, but I do want to tell you that I'm very excited for the Thanksgiving roast special.
Oh, yeah.
We got some doozies lined up. Oh.
Oh, man.
Did we determine whose video where, like, am I picking Dave's and then Dave is picking Mark's and Mark's picking mine, or like?
I'm picking both of you. I have both of you set up.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna roast the 2 of you.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna like. Yeah.
Chris is easy. No offense. Okay, a little offense, man. Mark, see, I always thought Mark's videos were okay. That sounds really mean when I say it out loud. I always thought Mark's videos were great, which infers I didn't always think Chris's videos were great, and that's not what I mean. It just came out that way. But that's
I don't know who he's trying to offend, but he's only digging himself a deeper hole.
He's caught in the Helix.
I'm gonna have to go back and study Mark's, because Chris's I can think of 2 right now, like top of the head. It'd be pretty easy for me to just like boom, like I might even know a timestamp memorized. You know what I mean? It's that. But with Mark, I don't know. I remember when I first came across his channel, I was like, wow, this guy's good. And like it got better and better and better. So I don't know. I think Mark's gonna be tough. Maybe I should go. Mark, you should pick mine. I'll pick Chris's. We'll make Chris pick yours.
Can we get a bit of context, maybe, for someone who didn't see our last roast video?
We laughed at Chris.
Oh, so last time was it a year ago? It seemed like last month, but
yeah, it didn't seem like that long ago, but I think it was quite a bit.
Yeah. Last time we all chose a video of our own, a throwback video that we played it, and then the 3 of us kind of laughed at ourselves.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was fun. I had a great time.
And the funny thing is that the American Thanksgiving, which is September something. Nope. October something? No, November something.
Nope.
November.
Yeah, November something. Yeah. It's like right around, what's that Friday? Black Friday?
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's, their Thanksgiving. So we're going to do a roast, Thanksgiving roast. Kind of works. I don't know. It's a play on words. Whatever.
We're doing it in November, not in October.
No, October's Halloween, dude.
Right. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm still waiting on my costume.
It's the season finale too.
Yeah.
It's a twofer.
Yeah, I gotta pick that up from Laura. Laura's been saving all of Mark's hair shavings so that I can make myself a beard and a wig.
So you're going as a werewolf? A weremark?
Worse. A math teacher. The problem is, And in all seriousness, if I tried to dress up, because I've thought about it, that was my first idea. I'm like, I'm going as Mark. But then I was like, it's just gonna look like me with a beard. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, put a little white in the beard? That's still gonna look just like me.
It's funny because I was gonna go as you this Halloween, but then I thought, nah.
So we're both going as Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm the least embarrassing. As he muttered to himself.
Yeah, that's what my wife
In hopes
says.
that everyone would change their mind.
I've got tattoo decals on or decals on order for my neck and my arms.
Oh, jeez.
Baseball cap.
Thug life.
Thug life. Didn't you used to call me that all the time?
Oh, I still do behind your back, but yeah.
Oh. It doesn't have the same effect, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I could start calling it to your face as well, Thug Life.
I mean, I don't know. It makes me feel pretty street, I guess.
Maybe I'll be an N scaler for Halloween.
Ooh,
Get a
that is scary.
ponytail. You know?
Are you? I'm not going there. It's fine.
Well, I guess
Those are
Tim's not in the
darkest
chat anymore.
days of my life.
Yeah, Tim can paint my tattoos. Good idea, James.
Oh.
We're on the move.
Yep. Look at that cork go down. Professional. Do you not find those pins bend too easy, Chris? My wife generously lent me all of her pins that look like that, and I ruined almost all of them. They are ruined. They are not usable. They are all bent.
It's funny that you say that. Like, I started off with 2 boxes, which is like 200 pins, and I'm probably down to about 75 because either the little ball on the top broke off.
Yes.
Or hold on, I think I got a wonky one here. Hold on. Sometimes I save them for when I'm desperate.
Oh yeah.
You see that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Janky sucker right here. Yeah.
Still usable.
So
still good.
It's still good. It's still good. Put some Robitussin on it.
That's the one thing I liked. I bought the Woodland Scenics ones on my last layout, and they were nice. I liked them especially because I used to because they came with the flat kind of push side, and I used to break that off because then you just have the 90-degree, and if you have a foam base, I used to like my old layout, you could push that all the way down, and the trains would still go over it. So before you glue down your track, you could just leave the pins in and test everything.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know where all of them. I think I gave them when I sold the layout. I just dumped everything I had into it. Chris, you remember that going to drop off everything
in Kingston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a sad day.
Yeah, looking back, I wish I would have. Well, it's bittersweet. I wish I wouldn't have, but I'm really happy with the way everything is now, and I feel like if I would have kept the stuff, I wouldn't be here, you know?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's nice to start fresh.
That day was sadder than, like, a lot of sad days that I've seen.
Yeah, Chris cried the whole way home. I had to console him.
I'm like, it's my parents' divorce all over again.
Well, I mean, the nail in the coffin is when you promised me I'd never go N scale.
I'm pretty sure the nail in the coffin was when you said we were going for ice cream, and then you never took me for ice cream after.
You're just lucky that I left the box of trains there and not you.
No, you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
You had so much
it
stuff.
wasn't that long. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. I keep thinking it was, well, now it was like 4 or 5, I guess, but I was only out of the hobby for like 3 years. Felt like
Only?
forever, but
Only a long
Yeah.
time.
I know you missed me, Mark. It's okay. I missed you too, buddy.
A long drought.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm gonna tap out.
Yeah, I gotta get up early as well, so I might take off too, my dudes.
Oh, babies.
Amateurs.
Amateurs.
I'll be in the chat though. A bit longer. I just can't. I gotta sit down. Been standing the whole time.
Somebody's got to keep these guys in order. All right. Well, thanks for stopping in.
No problem.
And
Yeah,
obviously,
thanks
guys,
for having me. I know I was pretty late to the party, but I'm glad I made it.
It's okay. You're always welcome.
That's what Mark
My split
said,
screen
but
is
then I
always
tried
open to
join
you.
His live stream, he banned me. Said I was banned. I think a message came up. It said literally anybody but Daveco is able to join.
Yeah, it's a new feature in StreamYard. I like it. It's effective.
Okay, so before I go, next week, my live show, big show. I am gonna show.
Is it? Is it a big show? Really, really big show. He closed his own window.
Oh,
Mark.
he's so creative. All right. Well, thank you guys. Chris, thank you for having me on your live show. I'm excited.
Anytime.
I'm excited for you to finish this Helix.
I'm excited too. It's a long time coming. I've been working on this thing what seems like 5 years, but it's really only been a year. So
Oh, that's a long time though when you think about it. Like when you think about the fact that my layout has been, I've had we started our layouts almost at the same time. Well, I started mine last August.
it took you like 3 months, and you were running trains.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's mind you know, if you add up all the track on my layout, you have like your Helix, just your Helix, maybe even not even, you know.
It's a lot. It's a lot of square footage. But you know what? Like, you don't have to go huge in order to have a good layout. You know, a lot of people, they don't even start the hobby because of the space that they are given or the space that they have. So
Are you saying it's not the size that matters, it's the way you use it?
I think it's just important to use it. You know, a lot of people buy stuff and they keep things in their boxes and whatnot. You know, pull them out, do some weathering. You know, run some loops. That's that's the hobby, right? As long as you're doing something and you're active about it, then you're gonna enjoy it, and I think you appreciate it that much more.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I think a lot of guys, well, and girls, I think a lot of people talk themselves out of, you know, a limited space layout. I know I did. When I first looked at converting to HO, I almost didn't, right? Like that's why I went with N, because I was like, there's no way I'm going to be happy with the space I have. But you know what? You think outside the box, or you know, you start and then you change it as you go, and I think you surprise yourself.
What would you say the overall footage, like if you were to square foot your layout?
Well, it's like 9, 18. Yeah, like 9, 18, 25, 31, 35, 41, 50 square feet.
50 square feet?
I think. Maybe not. Maybe I messed that
Wait,
up because it's like 3 by 3 is 9 times 3, 27, and then 2 by 3 is
You're in like
6
a
times 3 is 18, 27 is 45, and then a 2 by 2. So
but you're in like a 10 by 10 square, basically.
8 by 8.
Oh, 8 by 8?
8 by 8, yeah.
Oh yeah, your corner. I thought your corner module was a 3 by 3 as well. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, it's the very corner with the railroad is 2 by 2. So
So I mean, not massive, but you were able to do it in a way where it loops on itself.
yeah,
You've got
I thought
grades in
outside the
there.
box. I knew I wouldn't be happy with a switching layout, and some people are, and honestly, I think that if well, see, and that's the thing too. Just a point I want to bring up. When you're a beginner, and I look at some people's switching layouts, and they're phenomenal. They look incredible. And I guess I might as well sit back down. I'm clearly not signing off just yet. Some people's layouts in general, but specifically some of the switching layouts that are out there are just fantastic. And I look at them and I'm like, there's no way I could make my switching layout look like that. And so, reality check shows up and you're like, well, I'm not going to be happy with a level that I'm going to be able to complete it at. But now, like, looking at the buildings and stuff like that, I know I will always need a loop, but I think that I would enjoy building a small switching layout if I needed to.
Like if it really came down to it.
Yeah, because I'm enjoying building the kits. I'm enjoying doing the scenery. So for a long time, I didn't enjoy that and I wasn't good at it. So to me, it was just about kind of wiring the track, like the track design, the track work, and then running the trains themselves. And now it's so much more broad. And, I think when people are beginners or even moderately intermediate, you obviously have your needs, but I think kind of sneaking in the background is like, well, how good can I make this? Because if somebody thinks they're not good enough, then they're not going to try, or they're not going to waste the time. So
If
they
I can
end
be
up
cheesy
maybe
for a minute, you don't have to be good to start, but you have to start.
I
to become
100%
good.
agree, but I myself have like the self-esteem and confidence play a big role. So I think that some people struggle with that. I've struggled with that in the past with this hobby, and I mean in general, but specifically in this hobby. And I actually was worried about like putting this whole HO scale journey on YouTube until I knew it would work.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to look like a fool. I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna go back to HO and yeah, I've got 15-inch curves, but I'm gonna make it work. And then like 3 videos in, you're like, guess what? It won't work.
I think a lot of people worry about that stuff.
Oh,
Like
absolutely. But
saying
you
the
know
wrong
what?
thing.
It makes it real, right? When I watch a video like somebody's like, well, like our old, when you came over and we did the op sessions, okay, there's
Yeah.
one video where I kept everything in, and then the other video I put as bloopers. But I mean, either way, it kind of keeps it relatable, because I think we all have problems,
Oh, majorly.
and it is nice to see, like in my last ops video. Yeah, it's great to see how I've, edited it in such a way that it looks like it was pretty seamless. But the reality is it was extremely not seamless, and it was heavily edited to hide and get rid of problems. Mostly me just running against my own switches and being a giant goofball.
But
But
it's the things that we work at, right? Like if you find something wrong with your layout, no layout is perfect.
mhm,
No layout is perfect as or no layout build is perfect. So you kind of work
exactly.
at it and then you overcome those things.
Yeah, and I think the problem is too, and this applies to all of social media, right? Like look at Instagram and Facebook and all of that. People, a lot of the time, people only post what they want others to see. So a lot of the times you only see like perfection from other people, and that's terrible, because it's natural to compare yourself to others, and it's not right. I don't think it's right to do that, but I think it's natural as humans to do that. And you know it I mean, it's like looking at all your photos, Chris. Like you take fantastic photos and your layout is fantastic, you know but I don't see you struggling to get wood or cut the wood, or I don't see the money you spend on supplies for having such a big layout. I don't see any of that,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of these channels, I mean, including mine, edit a lot of that out. Um, so I try to balance it. Here's an op session where I edited it, and then here's an op session, or I really like the bloopers at the end that I did. I want to do that again. Like if you and Mark come over and have another op session, like I'm doing the bloopers because I think that's fantastic, because it truly goes to show, you can
It
make anything look
humanizes it.
perfect.
And by the way, when you did your last video, the obsession video, for those who might not have seen your earlier stuff, which is definitely something some viewers should do, is go back and check out some of the earlier work that Dave did. That was just it was phenomenal to see that stuff, because I remember that as classic Dave.
It was a throwback. I love the cheesy music overlay. I love I like doing it. That obsession was for me. I mean, I uploaded it and I hope everybody enjoyed it, but when you do it for you, like, so I started an Instagram account, and I don't I put filters over the videos, but I don't like Photoshop them. But the videos, or the pictures, sorry, on like my Instagram are heavily just the final product, okay? Like, ooh, I washed my car, let's take a picture of the car. Ooh, I made this delicious sandwich, let's take a picture of the finished product. You don't see me slaving over the stove, or, slicing my finger or burning my hand, but that's what happens. And Instagram is more just for me to kind of throw some stuff on there, but it's for me. It's like I just enjoy doing that. But with the layout, like, I'm always going to be honest, like, yeah, my trains ran pretty good when you guys came over, but you also have to remember, like, I had to install current keepers for that. you
Yeah.
know I've taken a lot of time, like it's a lot of work and stuff, and even then there's still problems. I just somehow got lucky that everything worked pretty good when somebody else was looking. But I think it's like, it's hard because some people just want to see flawless edited content, and some people want to relate to the content. And so, you know it's nice to do a little of both. But that last op session, 100% for my own enjoyment. I loved making it. I loved picking the music. I loved writing the text and making a little scenario and acting it out. I loved doing the stupid camera work that sucked because the tripod is garbage. But it was all for me because that was, like you said, it was like an homage to my classic videos.
Well, I really enjoyed it, and you can tell that there is a labor of love behind the stuff like that, because you don't normally do heavy editing.
No, all of my videos, other than, you know, the most recent one, are pretty much one takers.
Yeah,
You know, I don't edit. I video it and I send it. You know,
I
I
wish
don't
I
have a
could.
script. I don't, that's pretty much it. Like, I plan to come out with another op session. Maybe I want to do a little more work on the layout, and then I want to do a layout update. But then after that, I want to do another op session because I want to keep I don't want to keep coming out with just like layout updates or just op sessions. I want to do a little of everything
Yeah,
and kind of, you know, and the next one I'm planning is just going to be like me talking and unedited. Like, the camera set up, I'm controlling the train, we're sorting the train, dropping stuff off, whatever, and like, oh, derailed, like, you're gonna see that, and stuff like that. But see, you do that too. You're a little of both as well, right? Like, you've got your videos where the train will be going and then it hits dirty track and it cuts out. Um, and we see that, but then you also have videos where it's edited and things look perfect. I think it's I don't know, I think a mix is good, but I could go either way. I enjoy the ones that are edited and I enjoy the real ones.
I definitely don't shy away from letting everybody know when I'm having issues,
Mhm.
because if I'm having an issue with something, somebody else is probably having a similar issue.
Exactly. If you know it's like when I talked about how I totally broke my steam engine.
Yeah,
um yeah, that sucks, and yeah, it's embarrassing, and yeah, I lost like 250, $300. That sucked. I had to buy a new steam engine. So for anybody watching, the first day Chris was going to come over to my HO layout, I had just bought the Bachmann 460, and I had put DCC and sound in it, and I was just finishing testing everything, and it started to stall. Well, I shouldn't say stall. Once it would stop, it wouldn't start going unless you hit it. And I had no idea what I was doing. And I thought that the same kind of things that applied to diesels applied to it, and I started troubleshooting the decoder when it was not the decoder. And unsolder I when I had put the sound decoder in, I didn't leave myself enough wires to troubleshoot. I assumed everything was good, and it was, but I didn't know that. Long story short, it turned out to be the wheel wipers had crumpled up and actually shorted on the different wheel, but I didn't know that. And Chris was coming over the next day, and I wanted everything to be perfect, right? As good as it could have been. And one thing turned into two things, turned into five things, turned into 10 things I did wrong, and I roached it. It was 100% my fault. And that cost me. I had to buy a new locomotive, and I was able to reuse the sound decoder, and it's been fine. Obviously, my steam engine now is fine, but at first I was so embarrassed and I didn't talk about it, and then I finally made a video on it because I think we can all relate to screwing stuff up and costing ourselves, and sometimes it's $5 and sometimes it's $500. I work on my own cars. Trust me, spent a lot of money doing stupid stuff because either you don't know, or you're lazy, or shit happens. my cat says sometimes just stuff happens. Hey, Harley? But if you put that out there, as embarrassing as it is, people can relate, and some people can learn from it, and some people can help you with it too, right? Like,
Yeah, there's
if
probably
I had
people that
not
have done
taken
the same
everything
thing and
apart,
found a fix.
yeah, I mean, if I hadn't taken it apart and I just made a video, said, hey, this is what it's doing, maybe I would have got a comment and been like, Dave, check this, but now I can say, hey, if I see somebody's video that says that, or I'm talking about it, I can say, hey, if this happens, check this first, But if all you do is edit videos, and I'm not harping on people who just edit videos, but it's less relatable if everything's perfect.
Yeah, because nothing is perfect.
And the nice thing is, a lot of the guys in the chat right now, I think I've seen their videos, and I've seen a lot of their live shows, and I think they're right with us, because sometimes just shit happens. But it's awfully nice to see, okay, I had problems, but you know what? Oh, they had problems too. I'm not alone, Now, that's how I think about it. Maybe some people think it's like, ha ha ha, Daveco has problems. Go Home has problems. Like, good.
Foolish mortals.
Screw them. Like,
no, I think we're just as human as anyone else watching, or whatever. We build stuff, and it either works or it doesn't, and you can work at it for days, months. I personally, if I get frustrated with something, if something's not working, I walk away from it. And the same thing applies, sadly enough, when I'm playing a video game, if I hit a really tough part of a video game or my layout, I walk away. And then maybe the next day, maybe a week from the day that you're all like, I'm so frustrated, you go back and you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Maybe I just needed a cool down.
I can't do that. It like clicks in my head. I'm like, I gotta fix this like right now. Like, I've come home from work at like 9 at night with like my car, and I was like, it didn't run right. And then it's like 10:30, and I'm out there with a flashlight, being like, let's see if I can fix it. I've literally driven to Canadian Tire and retimed my car and pulled the carb off in the Canadian Tire parking lot at 11 p.m. at night with a flashlight, because I'm like, I need to fix this. And my layout, like, that's what happened with the steam engine. I needed to fix it. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. Obviously it's not, but I wish I could walk away, and I try to walk away, but it's not so easy for me. I want to fix it, and that way I can move on,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like with the Switch. You had an issue with that Switch, and you thought it was going to be a lot bigger of a job.
Yeah.
And then when you went to do it, it was only like 5 minutes. But it was that one thing that was like really bothering you.
Yeah.
The one on the underside of the layout or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. You crawling outside the Helix?
Yeah. I'm on the outside now. So.
Oh man, your layout's looking so good.
It takes a lot. Like you said, people only see the things in the videos, right? But
yeah,
I think that's why I like doing lives, and I like working on the layout live, because if I screw up on something, you're gonna see it happen live.
Oh yeah.
Like, see this bush here? Like, I probably have to glue that down a little bit better. Take the fluff off the track here, and you know what I mean? Like, things happen, and you can either get mad and stop doing the hobby altogether, or you can make it work for what you can do, and you learn from it, and you get something awesome in the end of it. So
yeah. All right, Dudeski. Well, I'm actually going to sign off now. I've got a big day tomorrow.
I'm also going to sign out as well because it's 10 o'clock and I got as far as I could here. I can't pull out any more power tools, otherwise
Yes.
I'll be looking for a new place to build a layout. So it's good to sit down though. Oh my gosh. Oh. Whew. And there's still some people that are still hanging in there. Hey Ray, thanks for joining us. But just a quick recap before we go. I've got some awesome supporters and whatnot, and there's 3 tiers if you want to become a member of the GVO crew, the team Govia, if you want to call it that. Your support means a lot to me, and I really appreciate all you guys coming aboard. Like I said, we're 150 subscribers away from 2,000 subs, which to me, like, mind blown, right? It's been a crazy year, crazy couple of years even, and I want to show that appreciation. So eventually, when we hit the 2K, we're gonna do a couple of giveaways, and we're gonna do one for just all my subscribers, and then I'm gonna do a bigger bonus prize for all the supporters. So stay tuned for that, because that'll probably be I'm gonna aim for New Year's, but we'll see what happens. And I want to thank Mark for showing up on the live here tonight, and Dave. I don't know where Dave went, but
I'm here. I'm just not in the chair.
So Dave's a ghost now.
It's true.
It's true. But other than that, I really appreciate everybody joining us tonight for Third Rail Thursday. Next week, we're over on Mark's channel, M&M Rails, and then we'll be back here in 2 weeks for GVO After Dark. And every Sunday at 11 a.m., I do the Sunday brunch kit builds. So come join us live. It's always a good time. I'm always building a kit, always got something to build, something to do. And hopefully you do too, because then you can jump on and build away with us. But that's it. That's all for tonight. Guys, thank you so much. Dave, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry?
I said thank you for having me.
Oh, no worries. No worries. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye.